I'm with Chris Lambrinides. Lambrinides.
Yeah.
I actually practiced, and then I'm like, I can't say it. And not for lack of effort, but I kept saying Lamborghini when you get that far.
I appreciate the effort.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Does that ever happen? Anybody ever
Every day.
goof up your name? Okay.
Every day.
Right. So you're used to it.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So Chris, you started the huge convention and with a partner, or did you start it on your own?
No. Thad and I started it together 5 years ago. This is our 5th event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, how is it compared to what you originally envisioned? I mean, this is year 5. We got what, 700 registrants? 800?
We have about 600 paid
600?
attendees and then 250 so vendors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know there's that many vendors down there. Or
Yeah.
all over
Well,
the place,
there's
right?
not that many booths, obviously, but vendors bring 3, 4, 5 people. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, back up. How many years? You started a window cleaning company when?
1999.
99.
1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was you inspired by the Prince song to start it?
No.
When that? 1999?
No. I was inspired to not work for the man.
Right.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started?
I was 23.
Okay.
23.
So you're a young kid.
Yeah.
And you started window cleaning. I mean, what'd you do? You go out and knock on doors? You put out some flyers? You're just trying to make some pizza money? Beer money?
Beer money. I worked for a guy for about 4 weeks. I was hired to drive around his key employee who had recently gotten a DWI. So he couldn't get to a storefront job. So one day I met him out in the local Burger King, and my career started.
Okay.
4 weeks later, I was unceremoniously fired for working too slow.
Okay.
And I did a job with my girlfriend at the time's father at a print place. And I sat there in this print factory, sweating my butt off for a month. And I said, man, this sucks. I really like that window cleaning thing. I think I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah.
So I went to Home Depot, bought like $90 worth of tools, borrowed my old man's ladder, printed up 250 flyers, hit the streets. When I was done passing them out, I got home, checked my voicemail, because we didn't really have cell phones back then.
Right.
And there was Karen on the phone and said, hey, I would like an estimate. I was like, whoa, ho, ho, all right, we're in business.
Good. Now, at that instant, really, when you were like, hand out flyers, and you came, there was a message before you got back.
Yeah.
Was that, did you go, wait a minute? Like, did you have visions of grandeur, or was that like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to get paid? Was it?
There was no immediate visions of grandeur, but I was in, like, the spark went off. I was like, wow, it's that easy? That's crazy. I didn't even get out of my car. In New Jersey, I don't know if they have these everywhere around the country. They have like these newspaper boxes.
Yeah, newspaper boxes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just drive around, like, hang out my window and like jam it in the paper box.
You're driving on the wrong side of the road because you got to get in the thing. Right. Did you do the thing where you, like, it's 4 a.m. on a Saturday or Sunday, and you go out and you stick it in with everybody's newspaper because it's already there?
I didn't do that. I remember this occasion pretty well. It was probably like 3 or 4 on a late fall afternoon.
Yeah.
And I just got, just printed them up and decided to get out of my dad's basement and take a ride over to the neighborhood and give it a try.
Nice. Okay, so how long did you have the business? Because you grew it to a significant size. I mean, the kind of, you hear a lot of guys, obviously, talk about, I want $1 million business. But you guys grew beyond $1 million.
Yeah.
You had crews, you had the thing running. How long did it take before you went, you're like, I'm going to turn the juice on and make this thing go?
As soon as I got on the first job site and was doing the job and realized, all right, I'm going to make $130 today in about 3 hours, the gears were instantly turning. Because I had never gotten paid that much before,
Yeah.
Most I was making was $20 an hour here and there, construction jobs, print jobs, stuff like that.
Right.
So this was amazing. In 3 hours, I made like what I typically make in a day, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, okay, you can put these flyer things out and you get calls and we can start making some money.
Yeah. You didn't have any sort of business background to go, okay, now I need to make a business plan and do all this. You start working.
Yeah, not really. I was attending a local community college. I'd taken some business classes.
Yeah.
But the stuff they're teaching in college really is so unapplicable to the real life business environment. It's not even funny. Like, they're talking about micro and macro economics, not how to run a business.
Right. Well, I mean, now I've got some friends that are professors at university, and they don't use it, thank God, but they have textbooks that were written in 2000. They're teaching modern business today, digital age, but their textbook might as well be a century out of date. I'm sure in '99, you're using a textbook from '66.
Totally.
They're talking about the hottest new thing, which is probably IBM.
Yep.
Right.
Could not possibly be more applicable in the real world.
Right. All right. So you build up, and at what point did you get? I'm really curious. I like to know why do you? There are a couple associations, or one or two. I don't know. But at some point you went, I think there's something missing.
Yeah.
I mean, did you go, there's something missing, or did you go, I could do that, or I could do better, or why the WCRA?
Well, we started the window cleaning business in 1999. We started Window Cleaning Resource, the foreman store, in 2007, and then we started the WCRA in like 2010.
Okay.
And we started that because it was sort of for the same reason we started the supply company. We just thought we could put a different, better spin on it because we actually had an extensive window cleaning background and knew what we were talking about. And I love the IWCA. Don't have a bad thing to say about them in the world. I think they're crucial to our industry from a safety standpoint. Mm-hmm. They play a very valuable role. But I was a member for, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years. And you pay your money, you go to the annual convention, you get a sticker, you get a little bit of safety training, but that's not really what I needed. I needed business stuff. There was nobody out there teaching people how to run a successful business.
Right.
They were teaching people how to clean windows better and how to be safe, and that's great.
Yeah,
safe. Love safety.
People need that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So I said to myself, well, we have this window cleaning business. It's doing really well. Over the years, I've created thousands upon thousands of materials, systems, marketing pieces, processes, procedures, forms, documents, book this big.
Yeah.
And I said, what we've built here for ourselves in the past 10 years is what people really need to see. This is how you really run a window cleaning business.
Yeah.
And I said, why don't we just give this away for a low price, let people access this, and kind of develop it into an association not so focused on safety, not so focused on technique, but focused on the actual act of building a profitable and successful window cleaning business.
Right. So did you find immediately you're serving, the bucket Bob or the one man, a guy in a truck type business, or larger businesses? I mean, what's sort of the composition of the membership of the WCRA now?
Definitely younger guys. If you were to take a snapshot of cross-section of our 1,200 members, on average, the median age is somewhere like 25, 26. Okay. So we definitely attract the younger market.
I thought you meant younger like me. Like under 70 is a good, that's young. Young is, or old is always 15 years older than you are.
Right.
That's
funny.
the definition of old. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's guys that are getting into business. Yeah. They want to jumpstart. They start Googling around. They find franchise options and things like that out there, which can be pricey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're finding everything. But, for a very, very small amount of money, you can basically get a blueprint on how to immediately get a successful window cleaning business off the ground.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, man, if I had this, I could have just moved so much faster.
Like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, and this is not like I'm going to pat you on the back, but once I joined the WCRA, it's like, you can get a discount. I mean, maybe I'll learn something, and I found those kind of resources. And it was like, holy shit, you for $100 or $200, whatever it is. And I went, it's the best money I spent.
Yeah.
Period. For the business.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get emails, messages, phone calls, Voxers, texts every day from people that just say, Chris, I really can't thank you enough for putting this out. It's made such a significant impact on my business, and I thank you so much. And that just means so much to me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I listened to a podcast that you did with Josh Latimer, and I guess it's 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know when it was. Maybe it was after the second convention, so 3 years ago. And there was one comment in there. You mentioned that one of the challenges you see most people or a mistake that a lot of window cleaners make is that they just starve their business. They whatever money they're making, they take it and they spend it, or they live off of it. Maybe they're supporting a family and they're not being frivolous, but they just don't they don't feed their machine that they're building.
Yeah.
Is that still one of the common things? You talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. I think that's totally a common thing. And you know, it's not that they do that because they don't know any better. It's that they do that because they have to survive.
Yeah.
You know, I was in a unique position to start my business when I was young, and I didn't need any money. Didn't have a wife, didn't have a family, didn't
Right.
have kids. I just needed, you know, $1,500 a month to live.
Right.
Cheap rent, a couple beers, some food, and that's it. So, you know, we started bringing in this money, and I wasn't spending it or anything. I just thought to myself, well, I could take it out, and I could live a little bit better, but if I put it back in and spend it on marketing, I can really grow this thing.
Yeah.
So I took as little as possible out of it for many, many years in an effort to just put every cent back into the company. And it was just like every dollar we made, I wasn't like, yeah, I'm getting rich. It was like, yeah, I'm going to buy more direct mail.
More mailers.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of guys talk to, they're, you know, like the direct mail campaign or flyer campaign, they're killing it. They're spending $100 a month in marketing. Is that what you were spending when you guys were at the top of your... I was trying to keep a straight face with that. When that bubble, you're like, man, as long as it's bringing a return, I'll scale.
Totally.
So when I think I saw a picture of you with a pickup truck, the back is filled with direct mail pieces, like thousands and thousands.
That was a regular Monday mailing.
Monday, okay. And you're talking how many in your mailings on a Monday?
I don't know. That picture
10,000?
you probably saw maybe had 20,000 pieces in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to the point where at first I was like, all right, I'm going to put out 100 flyers a day. And that graduated to 500 flyers a day. And then I had people helping me put them out. And then I said, we need to put out more because we have to go to direct mail. So we started doing 4x6s.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's mail 500 a day. Let's mail 1,000 a day.
Right.
Eventually we got to the point, I think the highest mailing year we did was like maybe 1,300,000 pieces in a year.
In a year? Wow.
Of direct mail.
Yeah. Did you ever think about getting a Segway so you could hand out more flyers?
No. Segways are
I
really
thought that
hot
was
then.
great. They were hot then, they were a little bigger.
Well, you know, where we live, New Jersey, like people, we're real close to New York City.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's like real city-like. We are so far out in the woods. Like the distance between driveways
houses,
is huge.
Yeah. Cool. So what are like? I mean, we talk about people challenging their business growth, stunning their growth by not feeding their baby.
Yeah.
What are one or two the more common things that you see? You know, the startup or even somebody that's getting a little traction. What are they doing that's crimping their business, or what are the big challenges they need to overcome? That actually, once you overcome it, they're pretty simple, but most guys just don't see it.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any specific actions that I would reference. Mindsets, though. I think so many of these guys think in the short term in a way where they're kind of just only thinking about today, tomorrow, next month, this year.
Yeah.
And if you really want to make something happen, you have to have grand strategy. I think you really need to have this picture of what it's going to look like when it's done. To kind of reference the E-Myth, you know, you have to sort of say, how long am I going to be in this? What's the most ideal picture that it'll look like when it's done, and have something to work towards like that.
Right.
That's like the number one thing. No vision, no plan, other than like, I got to make a couple $1,000 a week. So this is what I'm doing, and if you do that, you're just endlessly spinning your wheels.
Right. Right. So, are you hardwired in the head to be, you know, that organized? You wrote all the processes, or you did most of that, the organization stuff. You still like that?
I don't like it as much. I like to throw up right now. We still do a ton of processes and systems, but I'll throw up for the most part the general frameworks, and somebody in my office will kind of clean them up for me and process them. Our business is clearly like a lot different now because we're in e-commerce, so we're writing way more detailed processes and procedures for people that are not native English speakers, so they have to be much more detailed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you do any of that like video based, or is it all written directions?
We do a lot of video based, but primarily use a program called Suite Process.
Okay.
It's made specifically just for documenting and disseminating systems.
Really?
So if you decide you want to sit down and create some processes and procedures for your company, this is the best place to start. It's like $35 a month.
Yeah.
And you can create an unlimited amount of them in there. team members. You could share them out. Super cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what's on the horizon? What's next? I mean, this is going pretty well. The huge convention's going well. Window Clean Resource is going pretty well. I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know your numbers, but you got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Are you like super busy all the time, or you have it dialed down where you're behind the curtain going, yep, do this,
this
and you
year,
got a lot of free time? I don't know.
I don't have much free time this year, mainly just because I think everyone's having a really great year in the window cleaning service business industry. For the most part, the economy's good, and we've just been so busy. We've been experiencing exponential growth this year.
Right.
After the store being up for 10 years now, it's really getting in a groove. We have a great customer base.
Yeah.
Things are going good. Water-fed pole technology is getting hotter than ever. People are investing, and we've just been super duper busy with that.
Yeah.
My day-to-day stuff, we work on our own product line now, the zero water-fed poles, building out a new e-commerce system for our site that we're going to launch later this year.
Yeah.
I do a lot of SEO work. That's where the bulk of my time is focused these days.
Right. So what are you most excited about in your business or in the industry in general now? We're just look down the road, the next year or so. What are you jazzed about?
I don't want to divulge too many of my upcoming plans, but I'm personally really, really, really jazzed about e-commerce and the technologies that are coming out to make shopping experiences for people better and more streamlined.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like my new personal passion. I find a new one every couple of years.
Right. So you geek down on something.
Totally. I just get obsessed with something and just don't stop until it's perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thanks for having this big event so I could come down here.
Love to
I know it's all about me. Right?
It was. I think you bought ticket number 1.
I may have.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah. No, I think I saw it posted. Last year, 2 years ago, I read about the convention. I'm like, it sounds pretty cool. If you don't make a decision, you don't do anything. So I went. As soon as I see tickets go for sale, I'm going to buy one. Yeah. And so I bought one last year, and I was really pleased with the event. I was like, this is very cool. So I wanted to meet business owners that happen to be in the window cleaning industry, not a bunch of goofy window cleaners that want to argue about squeegee versus water-fed pole.
And that's what's so much different about this convention than other events. You'll find lots of like-minded business owners around here. You know, there's some squeegee hands-on technique talk, but for the most part, it's pretty business-focused.
Yeah.
And that's what we designed this to be.
Right. It was perfect. And that's what. So I went next year. As soon as I see tickets go on sale, I was like, boom, there's my feed. I bought a ticket, and then I went to, I was telling somebody, like, hey, you can get your ticket now, and the link was gone. I'm like, where is it? I can't find it. Yeah. When it looked like, and I don't know if sure, like,
we probably
like
did website redesign.
Yeah, you're like checking, like somebody put it up, and I was like, oh hell yeah, boom, ticket, and then you're like, oh, we're not ready for that yet, because it came back on like 2 weeks later. There was the link started, then the promotion started.
Yeah. We did a little redesign this year.
Yeah, nice. Anyway, cool.
Thank you so much.